Hello and welcome live to my garden. I hope your weekend is going on well. A lovely hot Saturday afternoon, and it's about to rain. So the weatherman says it should rain in about 3 hours, 3 or so hours. So today I'm back with my zucchini. Oh my, if there's a plant I love growing in my garden, that is definitely zucchini. But this time round, the zucchinis have not performed well. And from the last time I harvested like 10, was it 10 zucchinis? And like about 90% were shapeless zucchini. So today it's still the same story. But now you see there's a difference. If you look at the containers, so the zucchini have grown much more. The plant has matured. And the first thing I was expecting is that I would be getting fruits. But then that is still not the case. I have a few fruits and they are still shapeless zucchinis. So look at that. Beautiful, beautiful zucchini plants. So in a small area, I've managed to have like 10 containers and grow lots of zucchini plants, but the fruits, that's a different story. So let me show you the fruits I have at the moment. Let's start from this first container. So look at this. And now you notice that there is a pest inside. Look at this shape. This is another shapeless zucchini. Because at some point I just said I'm just going to let the zucchini grow as it wants. And these are all male flowers. These are male flowers that have dried up. So many male flowers still. Even though we've already received some rains and the temperatures at least cooled off a bit, they keep on spiking, especially when it wants to rain. The temperatures will spike for some time. But then still, the zucchini is not performing. So this time round, I'm just going to get satisfied with the shapeless zucchinis. So this first plant, I have the 2 zucchini fruits. Look at this. Male flowers. Then I have a very, very big zucchini that I did not expect to get this size so fast. Look at this. Look at how it's covering my hand. So this is another bulbous zucchini. And by the way, this time round, I've not gone round doing some hand pollination. I just let the bees do their job. And this is what I'm getting at the moment. So, look at this. So it looks like the shape of a butternut. And there's no butternut anywhere in my garden, so there was no cross-pollination or anything. It's just the funny zucchini shapes because of our weather conditions. This one has just been affected by spider mites. Yes, looks like spider mites. I don't want to touch it and go around touching the other zucchini plants. Here I have another big zucchini. Look at this. So at least this plant I have a zucchini that looks good that we can harvest. So on to the next plant, and before we move, now you notice there's another issue again. Look at the leaves closely. You see those white spots? This looks like powdery mildew. So powdery mildew is comes when the conditions are hot, humid temperatures. That is the perfect environment for powdery mildew on zucchini. And these ones have not been spared. So you look at the leaves, the powdery stuff. So my zucchinis have not been spared at all. So because it's raining and the temperature keeps shooting up, you can expect powdery mildew. Look at that. So today I need to do something about it. Even though I said I'm just going to let this zucchini just grow, let it have its time. And maybe sometime at the end of the year, towards the end of the year or next year, maybe I will try growing zucchini again. But for this year, I don't want to put any more zucchini seeds. I don't want to start any more zucchinis. I will use this container for something else. So here I also have some fruits. Let me get closer. Look at that. So this is a problem with pollination. And look at the shape of this fruit. These two, it's a problem, it's a pests and pollination. And what you see again, lots of male flowers. So the only female flower that survived is this one. So this is the shape. So on to the next container. Right here. So lots of male, and I can see like this is a female right here. This one looks like there's a pest inside there. And look at the shape already. So big, lovely dark green leaves. So the plant is mature at the moment, but still the performance is not what you would expect if the weather conditions were favorable. Zucchini plant is so sensitive to the current weather conditions, so it's a difficult plant to grow. So unless you do it in a controlled environment, you will expect to meet so many challenges along the way. Okay, look at this one. The shape is not bad, looking good and nice. So this one is definitely ready for harvest. So far We've noted like from right there. Let me go to the next spot. Here looks like there's also spider mites. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zucchinis. So today I'll be harvesting 6 zucchinis. Then I want to prepare a mix for the leaves, at least to keep this powdery mildew under control. For the leaves, for the plants that are heavily infected by the other pests, I will just choose to uproot them, remove them completely, so that it does not spread to the other plants. There's no need to keep it here, because as it is already, I'm struggling with the pollination, getting good shaped fruits. So if the bees are going to come, they should not go to the plants that are affected. They should just go to plants that are looking good and strong, so that they don't keep on spreading. So let me set you properly so that we can start our harvesting. I want to get a knife. I just use a knife. Sometimes trying to pull out the zucchini from that point becomes really hard, and you can also you can damage the plant and leave it exposed to more pest diseases. So I use a knife to make it easier. So let me get something to harvest the zucchini. Good. I got something to help me harvest the zucchinis. So what should I do? Should I remove the... Okay, let me harvest the zucchinis first. Then I can remove the other plants that are heavily affected by the spider mites. And even the leaves, I also have to remove some of these leaves. The ones that look so white, I will just remove them because not all the leaves have the white spots. So some are good, and it's about to rain, so I have to move with speed. So let me bring you closer. Set this so that you can see well. I think that's good. Set this here. Just remove this. Like that. So this is a bulbous zucchini. Look at that. Quite big, and if I leave it overnight, by tomorrow it will even be bigger. So the best thing to do is just to harvest it. So let me just try being careful. So you can closely look at my imperfect zucchini. That is it. Hello Jimama Grows. Welcome to my live episode. Look at this. So these are the imperfect zucchinis I'm getting. So I have the problem with pollination and the weather. This plant is so sensitive to changes in weather. If it's not well pollinated, this is what you get. So this is like the third zucchini that I'm getting, shaped like this. Feels really light and plump, so I know, and it has just ballooned. Jimama, it ballooned like in 2 days. These things grow so fast. So if you have incomplete pollination, this is what you should expect to get. So zucchini is an imperfect produce from my garden. Welcome, Gardening Warrior Q. Good morning. Ah, you got zucchinis like this. What were your temperatures like? Because this is the first time I'm getting such zucchinis that are shaped like this. Because of the prolonged drought, and there was low population of pollinators in the garden. Then we had some heavy rains, and now I stopped hand pollinating the zucchini because the plant was giving me so much problem, and I was getting lots and lots of male flowers, which is still the case right now, even after the rains have come in. So this one definitely has bigger seeds inside, but then I will still cook it. It will still be a nice zucchini, though not soft and tender, like a zucchini that looks really, really nice shape. So this one you cannot get it in the market, but it happens in the garden. Then you see at this point, look at this. That is also a problem with pollination. You see, it just fell off. Gardening Warrior Q says also watering can cause this. Yes, watering can also cause these shapeless zucchinis. If you leave them dry for too long, you can expect that to happen, to get the shapeless zucchinis that you wonder now, what are these? Then this one is just falling off because now this one was not pollinated. I did not hand pollinate. Then lots of male flowers still. So let me turn the camera this side. We check the next zucchini. So this one is a good one anyway. Okay, let's see what we get. For the next zucchini in a container, I have to go around to get to that zucchini. So watering, remember I've been growing these plants under water stress before the rains came in. So after the rains came in, at least you can see grass. You see? You can see some grass. Okay, now this one looks like a really, really good zucchini. Let me get it. So slowly. Let me see the angle I'm going to use. So that I don't injure my plant. Still some more zucchini is growing. Even though the shapes are not perfect. So you can see this one has 3 zucchinis. Good. Look at this. So let me move closer. See this. So still not a perfect zucchini. Still under the category of imperfect foods from the garden. Yeah. Looks like almost a perfect zucchini that you'd get from the market, Gardening Warrior Curia. Look at this. I don't know why the color is lighter at this point. And also let's just compare the two. Look at this. This one is darker, this is lighter, and also look at this. So zucchini has given me lots of issues in my garden. But then at least I'm getting some fruits. And this, for me, this is good food. Because I don't advocate for destroying food because it's not the perfect shape. So Gardening Warrior Q says it's lighter in color because maybe it was shielded from the sun by the big leaves. But the others are also being shielded by the big leaves. So let me continue harvesting, then we can compare all of them. So it's interesting to see the types of zucchinis that for bigger farmers, these ones they can't take to the market. So it means it is a loss for them. So unless you're growing under controlled conditions, getting perfect zucchinis is hard. A little bit closer. But there are some females here. There's a zucchini here. And here, I hope the bees did a good job so that I can get at least some fruits from these two. And the leaves are heavily affected by powdery mildew. So all that we have to remove. Gardening Warrior Q says even the imperfect ones taste good. They still taste good and you can still cook with them. For me, they still count as food. They count as food for me. I can't throw away a zucchini because it does not have the perfect shape. Yet some people cannot access the same food. But then getting such produce contributes to food wastes. Because when you're going to select zucchinis from the store, you're told to select the smooth ones with no marks, everything perfect. And from the garden, you won't get perfect. So there's a zucchini right there. Let me lift the leaves. Looks a little bit small. But these things grow so fast, just overnight. You come in the morning and you're surprised the size has just ballooned. So there is a zucchini here. Let me lift, see. So this one here, I'm going to harvest it because if I leave it, it's already shapeless. So look at that and the size, also the lighter color. Then there's some two more I want to get. Let me see if I can cut it from the plant gently without injuring my main plant. This one I can snap it because it's already affected. So let me come closer and show you what I got. Look at this. Hey, Wine Edibles, welcome, welcome. How are you today? Nice to see you too. I hope your weekend is going well. So today we are on imperfect foods again. So this one, definitely, I think there was an issue with pollination. That is why it will just die. And also this one, yet it had a richer color. It was there. So look at this shape again. Look at this. These are my imperfect zucchinis. My imperfect produce. You see? So this one looks, it also feels tender. This one feels hard. This bulbous zucchini that is so big that looks like winter squash. It feels hard. These ones feel like they're more tender. But then this one has the nice rich color of zucchini. These ones don't have the nice rich color. So that is what is the state of my zucchini plants. So let me see another one. There's another one on this corner we can harvest. Yeah, let me set you up well. Good. So the plant looks really nice and mature, but the zucchinis I'm getting are not perfect at all. They are far from perfect. And that has been the state from the first time I started harvesting the zucchini. So let me harvest this one first. Look at that. So there's definitely somebody inside there feasting on the zucchini. So this one has undergone pest attack. Look at that. This point and this point. So I better just remove it from the plants. So let me get this one that looks it has a rich color, much bigger. So I don't want to injure the plant, so I want to cut it just carefully. And there's a female right here. So look at this. Let me bring the other zucchinis closer. So you can just look at my imperfect foods in the garden. Oh, see? Which one would you expect to get in the market? Maybe this one and this one. This one. Look at that. So the color is not uniform and there are bugs inside. Or is it the cucumber beetles that have done that? So these are my imperfect foods. So this one will go into the compost. You see? So there was no need to leave it there. Look at this. It had a nice color, but now it's been affected. So I'll just throw it in the compost. My imperfect zucchini. So this time round, I've not harvested good zucchinis like the last time I planted zucchinis in the ground. Look at that. So there's another zucchini right here that we can harvest. Looks like a good zucchini. Let me get it. Then we can compare my imperfect zucchinis. So right here, this one looks like a good one. Wow. Look at this. This looks like a good zucchini. Although also the color under here is a little bit lighter. For the other perfect zucchini I got last time, at least the color was uniform. And it was just one perfect zucchini for all the 10 zucchinis I harvested. So are there any more to be harvested? Let me check. So the rest are too small. Too small. So this is what I have today. So these ones I'll remove. These ones I'll take them to the compost. Let me just take them to the compost right now. So these are the imperfect foods I have today. Quite a good experience growing zucchini. I think if someone is up for a challenge, a new gardener. Hello, Fefe's Journey. Welcome to my live episode. Good morning to you. Today I'm harvesting my imperfect zucchini, showing you the troubles I've gone through planting zucchini, growing zucchini in my containers, because the plant is so sensitive to the temperature changes. And also I was growing the zucchinis under water stress. I didn't have enough water, but at least after the rains came in and the zucchinis got some good watering, you can see the leaves are big, but now there's another problem again. So these are the imperfect zucchinis. So every new gardener should know that at some point they will get imperfect foods, but it does not mean that the zucchini is bad. You see? So different shapes. I don't know if there's any one of them that qualifies to be in the market. What do you people think? Is there any zucchini? Okay, if I start counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any zucchini that would qualify to be in the market? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one of them would, like, I know this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 would not be in the market at all. This one will definitely be destroyed. So I don't know if these two can be on the shelf, keeping in mind the lighter color on this side. This one is the one that's just close to perfect. Aha, Wild Edible says they would buy them because they are organic zucchini. Okay, from the farmer's market, yes, you would buy them because they are organic zucchinis. But then I don't think you can get this from the supermarket or high market. People in the city would totally condemn this and say this is not food, yet it is still good food. This is a lot of food. And I cooked some zucchini the last time, and you see we really enjoyed the zucchini. So you get this, maybe the farmer's market, and you say they're organic, and they are organic. So they would at least pass that test of being grown without lots of pesticides to qualify as good zucchinis. So that's good enough for now. I don't think there are any more zucchini I can harvest. I'm just seeing some small zucchinis. So now I have some plants that are heavily affected by powdery mildew. The ones that you see, they have the white spots. Then there are some that have spider mites that I want to just remove completely. Then I have my mix here. So let me show you my mix. Gardening Warrior Q says that at the farmer's market, this initial produce will still sell well. Yes, at the farmer's market. As long as you tell them it has been grown well, without lots of pesticides. Okay, so you will believe that it has been grown under organic conditions because of the different grown under controlled conditions. And it's so difficult to grow like a big monoculture without heavy use of pesticides. It is so difficult because now if you have the same crops without putting in a variety of other plants that can take care of the pests, it means that the pest attack will be higher. So they have to use lots of pesticides. So today I want to show you my mix. So just here. So once I remove the leaves that have been affected by the powdery mildew, I want to use some bicarbonate of soda. So some people call it baking soda, depends whether it's British or American English. So here I have bicarbonate of soda. And a spray bottle here, a pressure bottle. So I want to add a spoon of baking soda and some liquid soap and some oil. I mix it up. So this one is 2 liters. So a spoon should be good enough to get it to mix well. So mostly people use this as preventive. And was it like 1.5 weeks ago, I went around also spraying my plants. So you have to keep on doing it often. Good enough. Here I have some liquid soap. So I make my liquid soap at home. So this is just a container I'm reusing for the liquid soap. Just to act like a sticker. That's good enough. Then I have some cooking oil here. So the good thing is that I want to spray the plant after I've harvested. That's good practice in the garden. You spray your plants after you harvest whatever you need to eat. So the rains are still on this week. So I may spray today, and again after 3 days I may have to come and spray again because it will rain and it will wash off this coating I'm going to put. So once you mix your baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, some oil and some liquid soap. So this is what I want to mix really well. Let it just stand there for a bit before I pump it. So because some leaves are heavily affected by the powdery mildew, I don't want to leave them on the plant. I think a good practice would be to remove the leaves that are heavily affected because you can't really do much about them. We just remove them and leave the healthy leaves. So let's move so that you can check. Starting from this side. So let me get a container with something where I can just place the plants I'm going to uproot. And after touching everything, I have to wash my hands so that I don't spread it to other plants. So I'm going to use this one here. Then I have a razor blade that I use in the garden. You can also use a pair of scissors. This one helps me get the leaves really well. So like this one, the lower leaves and the ones that are heavily affected, that is what I want to remove. So just like that. Look at this. So these ones are heavily affected. It is better just to remove them. You see the powdery mildew? So it's like when one thing comes, even others now take the advantage. The plant becomes weaker. And it's attacked even by other pests. Oh, look at that. So I'm going around just removing these leaves that are not looking good at all. It's better to remove them and just leave some of the healthy leaves that I can spray, because I can't do nothing much about the leaves that are heavily infested by the pests and some spider mites. Let me try and come closer so that you can see. Don't know if you can see the... Do you see the netting? Let me try and look at that. It's so hard for my camera to capture that. You see? So all these diseased leaves, I will just remove them. It's better to remain with a few that are healthy than to say I want to have a plant with lots of leaves that is not helping me. So also, at least by removing the leaves like this, I know there will be better airflow. Let me just stand the plant like that. Get some more from this side. So when you cut it at the tip like that, I've noticed that it will just dry up. At least it will not get to the main stem to affect the plant. So what I do, I just cut it at the tip. The plant looks naked. At least the leaves that are remaining are healthy leaves. So this was a very, very good learning experience. So I hope a beginner gardener will come across my content, because I try showing the real picture in the garden, what to expect. Because if they're expecting they're going to get everything perfect, that is not the real story. You can't get everything perfect, but at the same time you can get some really, really good produce. And the good thing is that you know you have grown them well without using lots of pesticides. Let me just go around this side, get some more leaves that do not look good at all. me bring you closer so that you can see. Oh, and by the way, moringa doing really, really good. So let's come to this other side. That's good. So let me try going a little bit faster. It's about to rain. Feels like I'm leaving the plant naked, but we better do it so that we get some, at least some more fruits before it's time up for the zucchini plant. So the other thing that I've managed to do using this method, I've managed to grow this zucchini without adding some more support. Remember the zucchinis that I grew on the bed, I had to support them. So these ones on the container, there's just something at the bottom, so I didn't have to go around supporting each and every plant. And I see it has worked well. So these ones that have these white spots, they all have to go. When they are too much, there's no need. It's better to leave the plant to have access to more airflow. So that it can reduce the pest population. So there are just 2 more here that I want to get, 2 or 3 more. No need to maintain it there. There's so many the white spots. Just remove it to promote good airflow. So like that. Looks naked, but much better without the leaves that are affected. So we move to the next. So this one I just want to remove plants. Look at that. There is no need having it there. So it's better to leave the others that look promising. Let me move you closer. Get this room here. And look at my capsicum. Are you seeing the fruits? Looking really, really good. So like that. I want to remove all these leaves. Look at this. No need to have it there. At least I've gotten a zucchini from this container. And apart from noticing the powdery mildew on the leaves, you can also notice it here on the stalks, like you see. Let me just remove all these that are heavenly. They look really bad. Look at that. No need to leave them there. And you have to be careful when you are doing it, because the plant has some hairs that can prick you. So just removing everything. That is good. They hide under the leaves. So you have to check under the leaves. So the leaf looks good on this side, but when you check under the leaf, you better remove it. So the high humidity is what has caused all this. You really can't do much about that, so it's just to take preventive measures. Ooh. You have to be careful handling this plant. So definitely better airflow there. After removing all those leaves. So let's move to the next one. this. This does not look good at all. A big nice leaf, but it has been look at that, affected by the powdery mildew. It's better to remove it. So that you can have some good airflow down here. Slowly lift the plants. Have to remove this. Look at that. So I think it's worse here in the corner because it's so close to the hedge. Looks naked, but that's better. So this leaf, I think I'll leave that one. Good enough. There's one down here. Hello, Lux Homestead. Welcome. So today I'm just doing some due diligence on my zucchini after harvesting. So the zucchinis have powdery mildew. So I'm removing all the leaves that are affected. Won't do any good leaving them there. It's better to remove them and only leave the healthy leaves, which I can spray. And the plant is really scratching me. Look at this. Nice big leaves, but they have to go. So let me move you to this other side so that you can see. The corner here, it is so serious. So we need more airflow here. Look at that. Oh my. So just a few more to go. These ones, it's better to remove them instead of struggling to get them better. Oh my, it's a big leaf, but it has been... Look at this. So I have to remove it. So at the corner here, it's not been good at all. So we are done removing the... See whether there's anything more. So I want to spray it with a mix of baking soda. I've prepared the spray. Some baking soda. Add some oil, some liquid soap, at least to carry me through the last days of my zucchini, because I've not gotten good zucchinis from these containers. I think that's good enough. Look at that beautiful zucchini plant. So I'm just removing these leaves that heavily affected by powdery mildew, by spider mites. I'm seeing some white flies. Look at that, they're jumping. They're actually jumping. As I'm removing these leaves. So for the leaves that I'm removing, I'm not going to put them on my compost. I'm not taking them to my compost section. I just take them out of the compound completely. I don't want them breeding and spreading around my garden. when I go take compost again. The plant is naked but better, much better. Look at this. This was an issue with pollination. Because I've not hand pollinated them for quite some time, I just let it be because the plant has given me lots of challenges to grow it. And I decided now, let the bees do their job. I see what I will get. That one looks affected. Wow. So that is it. The ones that look so white, better just to remove them. Instead of struggling. Look at that. So these are the imperfect zucchinis I got. So lots of challenges for me when dealing with zucchini this time round. So every time you grow in the garden and you have a repeat crop, there's no assurance that you will have good performance. It just depends on the climate, what you're experiencing at the moment. The climate has changed, the seasons have shifted. So now this is the issue you have to deal with in the garden. I've removed so many leaves. So I want to see how my spray will change the situation. Once I remove these ones that are heavily infected. Look at that. So no need to have it there. Better to remove it and let the plant grow some new leaves to carry it through. So it's been a long zucchini story for me. I have a very long playlist with many videos about zucchini. The plant is almost naked. Oh my. Removing all this from down here, just making sure everything is good. So there's a zucchini here, but it's not good at all. Show you. Look at that. This one I can take it to the, so hard. Talk about my imperfect zucchini. This one I can take it to the compost. So I'm guessing that's good enough. Kaku Cottage, welcome, welcome, welcome to my live episode. How's your Saturday going? I hope you're enjoying your good weekend. So today I'm just doing some due diligence on my zucchini. I've harvested some zucchinis that are far from perfect. They're just imperfect fruits. But for me, they are good food. So I've removed all the leaves from my zucchini that have been affected by powdery mildew. I've seen some whiteflies, some spider mites, so that is what I've removed. And this one I'm going to dispose it outside. Do not go to my compost. And the area is now naked. So my spray bottle is ready. So I've mixed the baking soda, some liquid soap, some oil, to help me. So the last step after removing the affected leaves is just to spray the plant. And this plant has really scratched me. Should have been wearing a sweater. It was hot and I removed it. But it's all good. Good enough. So it's time to spray it. Look at the whiteflies jumping as I spray the plants. Let me bring you closer. So that you can see. Look at that, they're jumping. Look at that. See? So they don't like this solution at all. They are hiding under the leaves. So I'm always targeting to get the spray under the leaves. And that is where they hide from the hot sun. But they cause a lot of damage to the plant. So I'm drenching the plants. Because you're expecting some rains, it means I'll have to repeat this again. And this is not the first time I'm spraying the plants. I sprayed before the rains and I was good. But now the high humidity and the heat is a perfect condition for powdery mildew and these other pests. So once it's attacked by one, the others just take advantage of the fact that the plant is becoming weaker. Look at that, they're jumping. Flying, flying, flying from the leaves. So it's good to target under the leaves and just drench the plant, because this is no chemical, and I've already harvested what I'm going to cook. Look at this leaf. Should have removed this one too. Okay, I'll get it once I'm done. So here I've completely removed the plant because there was no need. All the leaves are affected, so it was better just to remove it. Look at that. See, they jumped. So I'm just drenching the plant because you also see the stem, the extent of damage. So these are the last plants. So I've left the good leaves. Targeting under the leaf. So they like hiding. This one is called Mbunya pine, like a local name. So I'll just give it a spray so that they don't go hide there. Look at that, they are jumping. And I think I have Lantana Camara coming up here. So this is the last plant. Let's get it drenched, the solution. That's it. So at least I've done some good due diligence on my zucchini. They do look naked, but then now I can enjoy my imperfect foods. The zucchinis I've harvested. So this, I'm definitely making something in the kitchen. I've harvested some beetroots. So I'll make a nice warming vegetable dish with all this. For me, I cannot throw this because the shapes are imperfect. To me, they are okay, although this one not, it's hard to buy them unless it's at the farmer's market. So thanks for spending my Saturday afternoon with me in the garden, relaxing, taking a break from the usual 9 to 5 in the office and just enjoying the sun, the wind, the cool air, the birds, taking care and loving our plants. Until next time, let's create a food and garden heaven. Thank you.